Hey guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. Price analysis on Vechain today. We have not looked at his asset for a fair old few weeks now, so it's time to have a look at some of the levels we did look at in the last video, and then some levels of support and resistance which could use to our advantage because, currently the markets are diabolical and the prices seem to be found in some type of range now. On Bitcoin we are stuck between about 18,800 and about 20,200, and we are just chopping up and down in between that range. While that's happening, altcoins are doing pretty much similar moves, and every couple of percent that Bitcoin goes up, alts are falling in quite a significant amount. You're talking 10-15% moves, and then the same to the downside. So you can profit more from trading altcoins just due to the volatility, a lot more than Bitcoin. So let's have a look at Vechain here today, and we have on the daily time frame. As you can see, we've come down into this range, and I've got a few levels here which we'll explain soon. So the first thing we need to talk about is buying levels and the current price situation. We've got this black line here which is a major level of support, and that's at 2.1 cent. If you look into the past, it was a major level of resistance here and a major level of support here, and I don't think, yeah, that's it. So that's the two major levels there. We've got to identify a key level there and a key level there, and we've just taken that into current situation now. This is where we are. The price has actually been down to here at 2 cent on the nose, but that level of support is just a bit further up. As you can see, every time we're getting wicks down, the candle closures do seem to pop up towards that region. If we look at that weekly, you can see there we are getting no weekly candle closures below. So for me, that does show that is a massive area of support. And you can see the last three weekly candles, we are closing on the up, and we are starting to churn a little bit higher. It's nothing too exciting, but as you can see, price is starting to bounce off those lows and churn up. So we have then got a level of resistance up here. We did get a bit of a deviation before we come back down, and for me, this is that new range bound period where you should look to trade, to be honest. If you want, you could bang up there and make it a pure range, so there's no candle closures above that, no candle closures below it. And if we're looking to find the EQ, which is at equilibrium over that entire move, we drag this tool across, and you can see the central trading area is around there. And it is a key level of support and resistance, because look at all these candles here which bounced off that range. And then this is the time where we did form a little bit of support here, and then we pushed it up, and then resistance dropped right back through it. So that is the first key area we need to break through, up around 2.7 cent. For buyers though, if we're currently looking at levels to buy, this is a solid area at 2.19. That is an area, so 0.0219. That's an area you need to buy. If we start to drop below and Bitcoin does get another shakeout, then you're going to look to backfill these wicks here at around 2 cent and below here at 1.8 cent. I think if it did come down to 1.8 cent, I'm not currently holding some Vechain in a minute, but if it did come down to those levels, I would really consider buys, because that is, if we look back in, I think I bought mine around November 2020. I think I bought mine just around here. Yeah, I bought mine here before we went on that massive rally. I didn't take profit over top because I was holding for forever, but I managed to take some profit down here. So yeah, if we do come back down towards that region where I bought previously, which is not too far off now, to be honest, I think it's a decent level to buy. And that was, well, we have done a full retracement of that entire pump from the previous bull cycle. If you're looking at this in terms of where we've been and where we've currently sat at, if we put this in terms of a price range from the very highs, you're talking 97%, I bet. 92% we've dropped from that all-time high to the current lows. And a lot of people are looking at this thinking, I don't want to buy it. It looks like it's dead. Most assets do. In bear markets, assets will make you look like they should not be worth buying. But fundamentally, technically, this is a strong asset. Your mind tells you to sell down here and buy up there, doesn't it? People, when Vechain up here, every man and his dog wanting to buy it. Nobody wants to buy it down here. This is a better price than it is up there. So for me, it is a good buy. But I'm just personally waiting just to see if we do get a little bit of a decline in price. I think if we do get a decline and we come down to support level, I will buy it. Because that, from current prices, that's another 18 to 20% drop, and I think that the value there will be extraordinary. If you are a holder of Vechain, personally, I think this will be also a great time to buy here. So if you're looking for levels, we've got this 2.1 cent, we've got this 1.8 cent region down here, and if the price of Bitcoin did drop dramatically to where people thinking around 6k, you are going to see it drop down toward this less than a cent region. Personally, I don't foresee that happening. I think people are starting to get a little bit too greedy now, and the greed works at the same at the top of the market as it does at the bottom. When it is down at these prices, people don't want to buy because they think it's going to continue to go lower. And the same at the top, they don't want to sell because they think it's going to continue to go up. This is fair value now. We've done a 92% drop from all-time highs. It is an asset with strong fundamentals and one that you should be buying. So we talked about 2 levels to buy there. A major level down there, which I'm not considering, but if it did come down to less than that, I think I'll be throwing kitchen sink at it. So we're having this trading area here. This is the lower range, and we really need to come back up to 2.7 cent to retest that range. I think now is a good time to potentially look at opening some longs, even from this range here at 2.1, or even market buy and see what the market does. Some low leverage 1 or 2x, and see if you can get some nice TPs up at 2.7 cent. If it did break that, then we are going to go up to test the range highs up at 3.4 cent. And then who knows, depending on what the market does, we can push up and maybe potentially get up to this major level of resistance at 4.4 cent, which is a long way off. Current prices to that level, it's an 88% move, but some assets have been doing some major pumps around 80 to 200% moves over the course of the last few months, and all it takes is a little bit of news, a little bit of FOMO, and things can really start to get moving. And I think that's a definite area that we should look to take some profit. So we got 2.7, 3.3 and 4.4 cent are regions where I personally think that profit should be taken given that opportunity. Above that, we have got some other levels at 6.8 and 8.3, but I don't think we're anywhere close to getting up towards that, just due to the fact that liquidity in the market is low, activity, engagement, influence. There's not much going on in the markets to make you want to buy things other than you personally taking a look at the fundamentals and buying an asset that you think has got some great long-term perspective. I think it's going to be a long-term hold this, and it is a great asset to buy. Although I'm not holding it yet, but I will be buying some soon if we do get that back drop down to 2.1 cent. I may start to trickle some orders in depending how the markets look over the course of this week. We'll just take a quick look at the BTC pairing, which is not much trading on this, and it is held up fairly well, to be honest, considering that this was here a major level of resistance. We reclaimed that and we've got back above that support level now. You can see these candles look a little bit weird. Currently at 120 satoshis, and that is showing that there's not too much data in that really. Well, data, I mean not too much volume, should I say. There's not much volume within that asset there. And I think if you're looking to buy, 110 satoshis has been a clear level of support in the past. We had a push up when Bitcoin probably dropped and some altcoins rallied, and then bang down to this level here. So it looks like we're using 117, 115 as support, but we're currently at 120. So if you're looking for some sells or buys here at 110 and then sells up here at around 141. But I'm guessing, just due to the lack of volume on this chart with weird candles, not many people are trading in satoshis these days. They did used to be back in 2017, 2018. I think trading satoshis was the thing, but now it's all dollar related, and most pairs, even the big assets like Polkadot and Ethereum BTC, you're not getting traded against Bitcoin as much as they used to do. So if you're going to use that Satoshi pair to build up some Bitcoin or vice versa, then make sure you know what you're doing. But that's it for today. That's my thoughts on Vechain today in both the USDT and the BTC pairings. We'll be covering a different asset every single day this week, so if you want me to cover any other assets, jump onto my Twitter in my DMs or drop in the comments below this box or below this video and tell me some of your thoughts about Vechain or some other assets you want me to cover. But that's it. If you are new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.